Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I just have to make this video because I have some thoughts and questions I wanted to ask you guys about collecting handbags and how you feel about it at this time in your life. Because I know a lot of you guys who watch my channel have collected handbags maybe for a few years. You might be new to even collecting handbags. And I really pondered the question whether it is a path that you really want to go down. Now, I know sometimes I overthink things, guys, and sometimes in life you just have to go with the flow. But someone I know who is pretty young, they're around 20, asked me the other day if they should buy a designer bag, and they haven't bought a designer bag before. They were eyeing a Prada bag, which I believe if it's a leather bag, it could be over 4,000 Australian dollars. And they asked me whether they should buy the designer bag when they hadn't bought a designer bag before. And they seem like the sort of person that is very smart with their money. They're not somebody who, they would probably spend it on a holiday, but they're not somebody who is a shopaholic like other people I know, including myself. And I'm going to be honest, my first gut feeling when she asked me this question is no. You should not buy the designer bag, which is very bizarre that I had that thought when I'm somebody who over the past 10 years of my life has bought over 100 bags, even designer bags, bought and sold them. And I think I saw a part of myself in this younger person who thought, what if I didn't go down this path? What if I actually just did something else and didn't hyperfixate on handbags so much? I don't think that everybody who buys their first designer bag is necessarily going to become obsessed with them or buy multiple, but I do think that I do kind of feel like it's not really worth it as well. I think from years of buying designer bags, I've realized that, yeah, they're just a bag, and is it really worth $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 that you have to pay for one to get the little logo on your bag? And it's weird because I'm still at this stage where I still want to buy designer bags and I'm still totally into it. And I've kind of made it like a side hustle for me as well with my YouTube channel, and it's a really fun escape. It's something that I don't want to give up because I enjoy talking about handbags so much and being excited about the new things coming out. But I suppose with anything in your life, if you really spend time focusing on one thing, it means that you don't have enough time for the other thing. And I do sometimes wonder, if I didn't buy all these designer bags, well, maybe I would have more time to do something else, like relax a bit. Because if you're somebody who works really hard for their money, and I know everyone says they work hard, but there are people who, I've had jobs before which were really, really, really hard, and I got paid hardly anything, and to afford to buy a designer bag, it would take a lot of time from my life. And if you're somebody like that, and to be honest, I still, it takes me a long time to save for a designer bag. I sometimes wonder, the amount of time I spend trying to save up for a designer bag, I could have taken time off, and I think a lot of young people are the same, or anybody who in this day and age, to save up to buy a $6,000 bag. Is it really worth it anymore, the time that we have to sacrifice to buy it? And I guess suppose it depends on how long you wait to buy the bag. But if you're saving up for a designer bag, like a Chanel bag or something, it can take you a year to save up for it, and by the time you have the money, it could have gone up in price, like $1,000, $2,000. And same for Louis Vuitton, same for Prada. They had a huge price increase, and I just don't know whether it's really that worth it anymore to really stress yourself out about it when we have so many other bags you can get. I mean, even Coach, I know Coach isn't always the best quality. I've heard a lot of people say Coach is not what it used to be, but to the amount of money you spend to get a Coach bag, the other day I bought my swing zip toe, the amount of money that this is at $600 to $700 Australian dollars, it isn't taking away the time that you have to afford to buy it, if that makes sense. And I guess it depends on where you are, what stage you are. Even at that, I still feel is it really worth it? Because it's just a bag at the end of the day. And you have so many options, as I said, contemporary wise, even just no-name bags. And a lot of designer bags are not the best quality these days, guys. I've had a lot of designer bags, and some I would say did not feel like they were worth $4,000-5,000. Even some Prada bags. I mean, I had that Prada crystal bag, which I think I paid about $2,000 at the time, and it just felt like a flimsy bag, like a nylon bag with some little crystal stuck onto it. And I really think, like, I went to Maya and they had similar bags in there with crystal stuck on it for like $20. It just made me think, like, I don't think it is worth it, to be honest, to buy a designer bag. Hey guys, Editing Jessie here. I was just thinking about the video I made a few days ago, and I'm just editing it now. And I think that what is worth it to you in terms of designer bags, if a designer bag makes you feel like a very powerful person or somebody who is very successful, or, you know, it makes your energy different, that sometimes can be priceless. I think that's the main reason why a lot of people invest into luxury or things that, like Cartier bracelets and all that. You know, a Cartier bracelet is 18 karat gold, but you can get an 18 karat gold bangle at a lot of different jewelers, but they feel special with the Cartier. It's like a designer bag. You feel special with the Prada bag. You feel special with the Chanel. And if you put out that energy that you are successful and you're this, like, really, you know, wow kind of person, and it makes you feel like that, you tend to draw that kind of opportunity to yourself as well. So I think that these brands, they give people this sense of, like, they've made it in life or they're successful. And if it gives you that mindset, it actually is kind of worth the money, because I wouldn't necessarily get the same buzz out of a fake bag or a contemporary bag as I would out of, you know, something that is a brand name. The brand name itself, I think, is what you're paying for. But in that, if it makes you, it puts you in a mindset where you're feeling like, you know, this is like the creme de la creme and I now feel like really confident about myself, well, then it could be worth it in that case. But a lot of it is mainly just psychological, right? But at the same time, how can I think that when I myself still want to buy designer bags? And I think a part of me is really doesn't want to let go of the chase of designer bags, doesn't want to let go of that excitement. And I actually get the same kick out of, you know, buying like little plushies and even like Labubu as I did with chasing designer bags, which is interesting that I guess it's just a form of escape for me. So I don't think it's like necessarily a path everybody should go down. But I think in our lives, we do need like little distractions to make ourselves feel better, to perk ourselves up. So I guess for me, I'm like at a point where I realize if I'm feeling anxious or like I need to shop to feel better, I realize that and I kind of step away from it. If you can step away from it and shop in moderation, I think it's okay to have that little bit of a vice. But at the same time, if you're buying Coach bags or contemporary bags, that's a lot different from starting to buy Prada and Saint Laurent and Hermes. That is so much of a different price point. And if you're starting at a really young age, like 20 years old, like, because I didn't start buying designer bags until I was about 27 or so, which is still really young. I know some people don't start buying designer bags until they're maybe into their 40s or their 50s because they're just at a different stage in their life. But I really am glad I didn't start buying them when I was in my 20s, because I think that could have been even worse, like if I was buying designer bags from that age, because when you're in your 20s as well, you really change style a lot. I know for me, I know not everybody does, but for me, I changed style so much. And if I started investing into these really expensive bags at that age, I know that perhaps some of them would have held value and I could have sold them on, but it just seems like, yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a stage in your life where I think it shouldn't be as highly regarded. You know, you should really, and this is advice I'm giving where I don't really like follow the same advice. I feel like when you're young, it is good to go traveling. It is good to like see the world a little bit. It is good to take time off and enjoy your life, because when you're young, you're the healthiest, usually, not always, but you're like, you know, you have the energy to see the world. You have your whole life ahead of you. You're like, you know, very vibrant, and you shouldn't spend that whole time just like hustling away to buy bags. Like, I really don't think you should waste it on that. You should spend time with your friends and yeah, you should go on holidays. And a lot of the time, you know, in my life, I don't really see my friends as much as I would like to, or go on holidays as much. I do go on holidays, but you know, I spend a lot of my time working. And a lot of people do. And when you also, on top of that, are buying designer bags, it does take away a lot from it does eat up a lot into your life. And I just, yeah, as much as I love it, as much as I have made it like, you know, a thing for myself, creating a YouTube channel where I can also generate a bit of money from, I just don't think it's like a smart path to go down for like most people. I don't think that like buying designer bags are really like worth the $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 you have to pay, to be honest, because yeah, but I guess it depends. If you're somebody who just buys a few designer bags and then you're done, then that's fine. But if you're somebody who kind of went down a similar path to me, I honestly wouldn't recommend it for most people, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend dipping your toe into something like that. And I think that's why also for me, I haven't dipped my toe into like really high-end jewelry or like watches or something, because I don't want to unlock another really expensive obsession. And a lot of people who like, I guess, start earning more money or whatever, they might get into cars, they might get into you know, upgrading their life. It can really add up, and it actually take away from the time you might have to just enjoy your life and be free. I don't know, guys, I don't really want to spend my whole life working. Like, and I know a lot of people really love their jobs, but a lot of people also don't. And to think about like all the time we could have like had off instead of buying bags, that really makes me feel like, yeah, like I would love to have more time off, but you know, I just keep working. So as a younger person, like I actually did go out and I went on holidays and I saw my friends when I was in my 20s. But yeah, when you're older, yeah, you can work a bit more, but I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think it's wise to buy a designer bag when you're in your 20s? And do you think it can set off in a kind of little bit of a designer bag obsession? I mean, in the past when designer bags were much more affordable, maybe it was kind of not as bad, but these days I think, I don't know, guys. I just think that it is like not really worth it anymore, maybe, to spend that much on a bag. But let me know. I just wanted to like discuss it because it's weird that I thought that way when I myself don't follow the same action. I still buy designer bags, so why is it that I wouldn't advise it for other people? I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!